attention to bracketology. I don't get into that.
Well, and he talked about how in December there was really no point. You know, they got off to a tough start, but over this 10-game win streak, 47% from three, nearly 10 makes per game from the perimeter. Defense much improved as well.
Oh, nothing but net. 6 on the shot clock, 4 on the shot clock. Here's Clifford. That's what you want to have, or who you want to have shoot that shot, but just short.
Great half-court defense by Memphis right there.
Colorado State has hit 5 of its last 6 shots, though, after starting over. That's a tough shot take.
I don't want to see him dumping it up. Get to your turnaround jumper.
And sneaking through the trees.
If you want to be physical, he back cuts, Danger opens up, and you leave Crocker Johnson all alone for that 17-footer.
Memphis has won for its last 9 after starting this game 7 of 11. Here's Haggerty. He's got numbers facing him the entire time in the entire possession, but it's 12 points to lead Memphis.
Old school. Go back to him. Go back to him. I would love to see him do that rip play.
Back down by Rogers. As Bourne defending, Rogers has been
with a defensive rebound. You know, you can have the greatest first shot defense in the history of the game, but if you're not closing these things down and blocking out Dane Danger and Musa Cisse, it's not going to matter.
Yeah, Memphis has the 9-4 advantage on the offensive boards.
And also I want to point out Rogers is favoring his ankle. Something to watch for in the second half.
Corner shot. Well, you know.
In the Mountain West Conference tournament, it's almost jarring to see all these shots not go in. He's had good looks.
Corner look for Rogers.
Wow.
Well, he's hit a couple of those from that spot.
Well, and we get a big-time matchup between a Memphis team that won the regular season in the American and a UAB squad that's trying to be a bid thief today. And all those bubble teams sitting watching to see if they can make it, or watching Dane Danger do it. He said, I learned it from the seniors at Duke. I learned exactly how hard you have to pour your heart and soul into every game when it's lose and go home. Colby Rogers for 3. Yes!
It's the first time this year we've had that problem. Maybe fatigue is an issue, but he said he's not going to panic.
A 14-3 attempt for UAB. Back to Dane's point here in the first half. Blazers with a 5-point lead. They've held Memphis at 36% shooting. And the free throw defense has been great. 1 of 5. 90 seconds left in the first half. The Memphis team that has made just 2 of its last 15 from the floor. Colby Rogers. Nice touch. Guarding Jordan, and it's Lendeborg on Danger. And Lendeborg with the near steal, and he saved it. Great footwork, but it's right back to Memphis. Rogers takes advantage of the year in 21. And some time at Oklahoma State and Ole Miss, and ended back in the 901. Here's Haggerty now. We'll slow it down.
Smart play by Haggerty. If this was earlier in the game, I think he pushes that in transition, understands time and score.
Danger guarded by Johnson. Great ball fake and into the corner for Colby Rogers with his left leg. Great crew work in the game today. Atlantis Poole, Vladimir Voyar-Tadal, and Rob Rourke. Mid-range goes for Colby Rogers, who was step back deep 2 off the back of the rim, rebounded by Haggerty. 42 points yesterday and 9 rebounds for Haggerty. Left hand finish off the glass for Colby Rogers. Brumbaugh puts it up. He's really been shooting the ball well.
Look how well Tulane gets back after the missed shot, though.
And a 3 good from the wing from Colby Rogers.
Like you can beat the opponent anytime that you want to. And that's what Memphis is right now. And I mentioned it earlier. They're waiting for South Florida to break. They were able to really dominate in that previous game. Give a lot of credit to South Florida for continuing to be feisty here.
Almost turned it over again is Memphis. Cisse sets the pick. Colby Rogers pulls up and knocks down the jumper. You got to knock those down. 0 of 5 now. Just 66% on the season. There's a steal. From the corner. It's good. That 3 is good. Adam McCoy. Now we're under 2 minutes. Memphis can smell their outright American Conference regular season title. On Lindeberg for the hook, but the hit that Dane Danger gave was not upgraded.
3 ball, nothing but nylon from Colby.
Box out on this last possession resulted in the foul, and Tony's been making a difference for the Blazers.
10-point lead for UAB. How many great jerseys attacking the ball. Corner 3, and it's knocked down. Colby Rogers.
Early on today, active in transition. He changes ends really well, and when he gets out the run, he can get the easy baskets for the Blazers.
How about this atmosphere here in Birmingham? Rogers, pull-up J. Oh, he got another.
He'll start the second half on the bench as he's been in foul trouble early on in this game.
42 points from UAB, the most first-half points that Memphis has allowed in conference play this season. Rogers with a hand in his face, and he starts the second half.
The physicality that he brings down low definitely makes a difference.
Step back 3, tough one. Colby Rogers, he's starting to heat up, and Vasquez puts it in.
Scrappy play by Jackson Lindeberg.
Quickly on the other end, Colby Rogers. Rebounds.
None bigger than that one, a man's rebound.
And it's Memphis starting to eat clock here.
UAB electing not to foul or put any pressure, trying to lean on the defense to get one stop to see if they can get another possession.
There goes Rogers. Elbow jumper every.
And it's a 2-1 game. Let's take a look at the Memphis starters. Familiar 5 with Tyrese Hunter, P.J. Haggerty, and Colby Rogers in the backcourt. Nicholas Jourdain and Dane Danger. Haggerty double-teamed. Jourdain. Rogers, baseline jumper, and he hits the turnaround.
Taking them inside.
Miller with 2. Deep 3. And didn't even draw iron. Back the other way comes Hunter. Rogers a 3. Owls now just 2 for 7 from the foul line. Open 3, Rogers puts it down. Than anything, except you should never bet against Bill Self. So Danger on the bench with 4 fouls. Musa Cisse checks in, and that is a 3. Drake right now 58 in the latest net rankings. Traditionally in years past, Missouri Valley Conference has always been one of those leagues that sort of teeters on few bright spots offensively for FAU, who at one point led by 6 in this game.
Yeah, they struggle from behind 3-point line and making shots.
James, I need to get out of your way, throw my tongue over my shoulder, and let this game breathe a little bit, because my goodness, both of these teams are scoring quickly.
Corner 3, it's in.
Ronnie DeGray III he doesn't score a ton of points for this team, but defensively today he has been everywhere, and he gives up one right there, but the contest.
But they turn it over 14 times a game.
10 wins in the top 2 quadrants. Right now, Joe Lunardi has him as a 5 seed. Penny says we can improve that. He's anxious to stay out of that 8-9 game because he thinks his team is talented enough to make it to the second weekend. Rogers off balance 3. A lot of free flow.
Yep. And if you can guard Alabama in the first 8 seconds, your odds of getting a stop go way up. It's just they're so efficient.
Danger looking for an assist. Yep. There's a former player. And a nice finish by Brandon Stroud. Those have been few and far between for USF, shooting just 34% from the floor tonight.
Yeah, that's really where their best offense has been, is with the fast break opportunities, whether turnovers or missed shots.
Quick 3.
1 point. So for an undermanned team on the road against a top 25 team in a tough environment, pretty good start here for Adam Fisher's squad.
Carter to the corner. Rogers. It's a 3.
Having his hands down to try to deflect a bounce pass. So great catch, great finish there.
Not only is Haggerty a scorer, right, 3rd in the nation, he assists tremendously with this team. 86 assists on the season, leads the way. We saw him running the break, keeping his head up, looking up the floor. Here's a 3 ball. It's good by Colby Rogers. Advice on how to shoot the rock or whatever there. Here's Rogers, puts up the 3. How big is that?
Super athletic.
Very slick. Rogers for 3, got it.
And that's what
chance opportunity.
Keep an eye on Tyrese Hunter here on the slip. This is a really good baseline possession that Memphis love to run.
To your point, though, I think you're absolutely right about Jourdain. Rogers in the paint, turnaround. The floater goes for Colby Rogers. One of these players.
Absolutely. That's the new age basketball.
Odom for 3, no, and Danger gets the rebound. That's his 6th.
And you can see P.J. Haggerty now telling Memphis to run.
Rogers step back 3, and got it.
And that's what they can do.
England, quick trigger 3 off the mark. And a long rebound pulled in by Rogers. Memphis wants to run. They want to play up-tempo. A quick 3 is there. First set.
Yeah, it's so funny. I saw it happening. I saw a miscommunication, and that's why I specifically said, don't ask me why.
It'll be zone next possession.
You have to communicate. You're switching or not. Whatever you're doing, you have to communicate. They lost sight of that.
Here's Carter on the baseline, forced it through for Haggerty, and now Rogers. Another good look. Carolina, Duke, Arkansas, Kentucky, and that follows College Game Day before Carolina Duke tips at 6:30 p.m. Rogers hits another. Again, if you're just joining us, we said this in the first half. Memphis was sent the court-storming procedures and protocols by Tulane during the week. That didn't quite sit well with the Tigers. Tyrese Hunter behind the back, approaching 4 minutes to go. Rogers with banks draped on him, had the hoist, buries it. Williams for Brumbaugh. A step on Hunter. Floater wouldn't go, and then Hunter soars for the rebound. And Hunter will slow it down to P.J. Haggerty.
So Carter's running the baseline. I love the idea of maybe P.J. in one corner and Carter on the opposite. You can't cover all that space, and it probably gets P.J. Haggerty to the free throw line.
Rogers hits another.
UAB switching it up a little bit here, going zone. Both of these teams will look to play a lot of different defenses, going to a little bit of a matchup 2-3 zone here to try to slow down the rhythm of the Tigers so far early in this game.
Hunter on a Haggerty screen, sets up Rogers. Boy, did he need that. 7 Eastern, 6 Central. Free throw is good for Ezuiro, 4 for 4 from the line. 9-point lead for Memphis, under 3 to play in this first half.
UAB going to the extended 1-3-1 look.
Rogers hits his second. Have we had a replay of a free throw? I don't think I've had a replay of a free throw in my career. Coleman averaging 13 and 8 on the year. Just his first point to go with 2 rebounds. Haggerty now. He gets a switch on Lindeborg. That means Danger had the switch on Tony. UAB re-switches. Back for Rogers. Third and one. And Moore misses it. 86% free throw shooter. Leaves a couple of points out there.
Well, going back to the turnovers, you see potentially another one right here, almost a backcourt violation. The problem with them is their live ball turnovers that lead to uncontested points on the other end of the court.
Rogers three.
Tough three. Paul Mills, you feel okay with the way this game's gone so far? Clearly not shooting the ball very well for Wichita State. And if they made more shots, they'd be up 10 plus.
There's a tough look that goes. Colby Rogers.
Starting lineup. He started the last outing against Wichita State. First start of the year for him, making another one here and getting it going early.
He's a tough kid, really can put the ball on the deck, plays extremely hard, Swiss Army knife, and also showing his ability to shoot the three today.
Three ball up, and that is good. Just been after a quick start. It has just devolved here for Charlotte as of late, down by 13. Into the corner, three ball up, that's good.
You got to have that, and sometimes you'll give up two to give yourself the ability to take away 10.
He's a team leader in blocks as Rogers fires up another three. That goes
18th in the country, taking on Temple. We've had 7 lead changes, 4 ties. You see Temple with the lead by 9 here over Memphis. First of 2 meetings between the two. Temple has also been exceptional on the glass against the bigger stature in the Tigers. 3 from the corner for Rogers. He delivers.
Let's remember, ball security. 6 turnovers in the first 8.5 minutes. Only 4 in the last 20.5.
Hunter's got 14 of the game. Unselfish here to Rogers for 3. Yes, for the Tigers.
Basketball so far, right? Both of these coaches right there. They're just saying, hey, settle down. Early in the ball game, just settle down. Take your time.
Haggerty with 2 quick rebounds. PJ averages 5.7 rebounds to go along with 22.2 points per game. Rogers, corner 3, got it.
And that's
to go along with 3 rebounds. Walker. First time this season he's hit multiple threes. And again, not known for that 3-point shooting. East Carolina now is 3 of 11. Memphis 2 of 8 from beyond the arc here in the first half. Now 3 of. They've had a few of those. Strong rebound by Woodard, who climbs the ladder. Then Jourdain gets the block. Loose ball picked up by Rogers.
50,
if we go under
ball.
2.5 to play in the first half. Rogers feeling it. Got it.
One of the 3, his second of the game, and North Texas is back in front.
That wasn't exactly a good possession, but it was a good outcome.
Sure. Walker not much of a scorer, has 2 threes. That looked like a travel from Rogers. And top 5 in the country in turnover rate and steal rate. As a 3 is missed by Atten Wright. That's the percentage of defensive possessions you end with a steal or turnover. North Texas's opponents turn it over about 1 out of every 4 possessions. Here is the Memphis starting 5. Haggerty, Hunter, and Rogers, outstanding scoring guards, and there is Colby.
Pick a short roll situation.
Rogers 3. Off the mark, there's Danger, who's an elite offensive rebounder as well, and Rogers all alone has his shot low. Huge height advantage, about 10 inches on Hunter. They couldn't get it to him. The steal for Harris, running the floor, and a delivery from Rogers. That will be goaltended.
Right?
Totally.
You got to see.
When you remake a team every year, it's hard to do that.
Like, you got to just playground dynamics, right? Let me see who they are together. How do they handle a little adversity? You know, that's the new job of a coach, right? You almost have to create some chaos to figure out who your guys are.
25, a game-high lead for Memphis. Step back, Rogers. Oh, that is pure. Man. Just the 5th made 3 in the game for FAU. 29 tries. Leland Walker had been 0 for 9 from the field. Be a lot more better days ahead for that young man, who's 2nd in the American assists. Tonight has just 1 and 6 turnovers. Rogers driving. His release is just... You get 2 minutes left to clarify yourself. Stripped and stolen by Colby Rogers. Here he comes again, and Rogers will lay it in. Just
on the other end, it's Matthew Morrell. In his 5th year, he wants to have a big game as well because this is a homecoming. He is a Memphis native. On the corner, 3-ball falls for a turnover. Padula missing at the rim, and Brakefield couldn't finish. PJ Haggerty will dribble it out and set up the play for the Tigers.
Yeah, pretty good defensive transition recovery that time by the Rebels in the half court. Let's see if they use the ball screen for Haggerty here.
Pull up. Rogers. He has that high. Padula with a hand in his face. And a rebound to Rogers. In transition, takes the wide open 3 and he makes back at him, and a 3 falls for Juju Murray.
Uh-oh, watch out, John. We may have a little pace in this basketball game. It's like I've been waiting for some flow this entire time. Both teams loosening up a little bit.
Rogers backing down his man.
I like that.
7-2 affecting it. Padula, that's just ripped away by Hunter. Memphis with numbers. Rogers got it. What a turnover. Murray. His shot falls off the rim.
Didn't like Malik D on that play. I thought he was passive against Musa Cisse.
How about Colby Rogers?
He had Barnes open. If you could have seen him, when you draw a crowd, you've got to keep your eye open for Musa Cisse when you're playing the Memphis Tigers.
1 second on the shot clock. Rogers has to get it up, and he beats the buzzer. In the corner, 3 left short again. Rebound goes to Rogers.
That's the shots that Ole Miss is going to have to make in this game, because Musa Cisse shouldn't be a liability when they can pull him away from the basket.
Heat check. Oh, he's hot. Oh, he's
0.9% last year. He's played an outstanding basketball game.
His own toughest critic, Penny Hardaway, said we got to get him to get a little easier on himself. He's starting to feel it. Rogers just draw up a play for
the occurred now. So now you have a 9-point lead. Let's see if Memphis can put the pressure back onto the Rebels.
Ole Miss shooting 29% from downtown here today.
Yeah, came in shooting about 33 on the season from behind the three-point line. Much better three-point shooting team, 33-34%.
It's Colby Rogers time. The shot clock winding down. He is instant.
Really well. They get fouled a lot. They get to the line a lot. 13th in the country in free throws made. They're 7 for 7 today. And
one of the best in the country.
Awesome day of college basketball gets started at 11 a.m. Eastern time. 10 a.m. back in Memphis. Good to get it started from Little John Coliseum. Memphis in the black gets going with Tyrese Hunter, PJ Haggerty on the perimeter. Part of one of the best backcourts in the country, going up against a very good Clemson D. This is Colby Rogers, who can stroke it.
A strong slate headed up for Penny Hardaway and his group.
Rogers sticks the baseline. Chase Hunter.
And Chase Hunter could be an all-ACC player when you consider his ability to get in the painted area just like that. 7 points for Chase Hunter after taking about the first 8 minutes off from the scoring column. He's gotten hot.
Came back for his 6th season. He's their #1 option. Colby
sitting down for a while.
Yeah,
I'll go with bag your sweats.
And we'll leave that right there. 3-point game coming up on 7 to go in the first half from Little John Coliseum. Off the bounce into the mid-range. Another jumper goes for Cisse underneath against Locken. Still playing with those 2 fouls. Left it on the front of the rim, but got it back. And Rogers left all alone, and he's got 11.
Oh, got hand. But smart play by Cisse there to make sure he kept his hands out of the cookie jar. Just put his hands up, forced Locken to score over the top.
7 for Victor Locken. Hunter, Haggerty, Rogers, Jourdain, and Cisse. The 5 starters are out there for Penny Hardaway. Tough shot for Colby Rogers. Locken off the shot fake and drive. Locken had it roll off and then a rebound to Tyrese Hunter.
Great job by Tyrese Hunter coming back in. Otherwise, that would have been another offensive rebound by Ian Shepherd.
Rogers straight on three to tie it.
This is Chase Hunter time. We talked about it at the end of the first half. Now here at the end of the second half, Chase Hunter steps up and makes big plays.
Danger kicks for Rogers. Answers.
He's up to 16 points. So offensively, he's gotten the job done. Only 5 rebounds, which is 7 under his game average.
Colby Rogers buries it. Colby.
Arkansas State hasn't lived up to their top billing in preseason of being a great three-point shooting team, but today they are good enough.
Rogers, that's a tough shot, and he hits it. Time, tough shot. That's what you got to do defensively for Memphis. Haggerty, the rebound, running the break. Colby Rogers, now put it on some pressure as they finally get it into head. He's double teamed. Gets out of it and he throws it right to Rogers, who pops up a three. There's only been one loss in the season for this Memphis team. Remember, they beat UConn in overtime in Maui, beat Michigan State, lost to Auburn, the champs.
Opportunity to play at the next level, and we're talking about the highest level, the NBA. What did he say?
He said he definitely has a chance because he's skilled, right? And in this new age NBA, right, you have to be able to shoot the ball, put it on the floor, or you can do that.
An open three. Rattles it in. 3 threes for Al Green. Out of Sacramento, California. Rogers with the pull-up mid.
A little bit, right? The transfer portal allows these mid-major schools to compete with high majors. And that's what La Tech is doing right now.
That's a great point. Kind of evens the playing field to a certain extent.
It does. It does, man. You get a Daniel Bacho, right? And Amari Abram, Caden Cooper, right? That's big time.
Rogers, tough three-pointer. Assist for his career. He's a high-volume assist maker, always looking for that pass before the shot. Rogers pulls up inside the arc, and that's a deuce.
I mean, he's making his presence felt. 8 rebounds, right? He went out early with 2 fouls, didn't play a ton. The second half, he's just making his presence felt.
Well, if you're La Tech, you got to think here under a minute that you got to foul, but you don't want to foul Haggerty. You hope Danger touches the ball and you foul Danger. But right now, they've elected not to foul. 3 Rogers, and that might do it.
And applying the pressure early. DJ Haggerty, the transfer from Tulsa, misses the turnaround. He is averaging better than 20 a game. Now Colby Rogers, the Wichita State transfer, and that's what he can do. Johnson trying to defend Colby Rogers. Now Dylan Cardwell switches onto him. So they're switching 1 through 5 right now, and Rogers takes advantage and knocks it.
And you got to secure the rebound first. Not that it would make any difference at this point in the game.
Auburn fans on their feet, and they have seen their team play 3 great days of basketball.
You can rebound like that, like Janai Broom. He's an NBA player.
Rogers again. Wow. The best in the country. Michigan State is shooting 20%, dead last. You got to imagine it's going to be hard for Michigan State to win unless they improve from beyond the arc. They went 2 for 21 in the win yesterday. And there's an early one for Memphis.
Every time I see Carson Cooper in that mask, I think, I'm Batman.
You're very movie focused so far here today. Cooper broke his nose last year and then collided with a teammate in practice this year, so he is where he has worn that mask all season long. As a result, Rogers, and the jumper will go.
The opportunity for a left-hand drive down the lane.
Spartans fans on their feet right now. Little 4-0 run out of the timeout. Rogers, turnaround, count it.
Well, that's a big difficult against Auburn. But Carolina's going to have to get more from its big guys. It's a team that's been carried by its guards. And R.J. Davis had 30 points against Dayton. Seth Trimble, 27. What an amazing comeback by the Heels.
Another three for Colby Rogers.
Good players for UConn.
Boy, great touch as McNeely banks it in off the glass with the left hand. The three from the corner will go for Colby. Transfer from St. Mary's.
That was a big shot for Aiden Mahaney. He came into this game shooting barely 30% from the field after transferring in, as you mentioned, from St. Mary's. He's trying to get used to the speed at which UConn does things, and he'll get his bearings quickly. He's a really good player.
Two-time All-West Coast Conference, 14 points per game last year. Rogers again knocks it down. His clock inside 10. Hunter, nice pass. Danger. Good patience, but he can't finish it. It bounces back out, and they've got a fresh 20. Up and in for Rogers. Tough danger, and back come the Tigers.
Well, Memphis had a chance to really push that up the court.
Danger the handoff. Rogers knocks down the long two to make it a one-point game.
Caravan, that opened up the middle for that drive. They're just pulling Cisse away from the basket.
Now Hunter. Rogers. And he knocks it down, and this game is...
Newberry gets in, had a force-up shot. It won't go. Here comes Haggerty. And he'll go to the rim if you give him that opportunity. Here's an opportunity. Drop it. Well, you know they're going to do 1 second on the shot clock. So that's get out. And here come the Tigers. Chance to back up baskets here. Pass ahead this time. The danger kicking out now for Rogers. Rogers back up top to Haggerty. We're backing out. Haggerty very quiet first half.
Yeah, one field goal for Haggerty. He's averaging 25-7 a game.
Well, the same could be said for Riley, who we talked about at the beginning of the show. This is Rogers for three, bottom of the net.
Now here's the trap with Riley at the point. The last time it worked well, and I think right now the soft spot is in the middle. Well, they cross court and get a great look. Or that. Or that.
Yeah, you can do that.
Hunter have battled knee injuries all week long. They missed a lot of practice. Coach Hardaway telling me before the game they just practiced yesterday as Rogers pulls up and drops it. That's the first points for Colby Rogers. And we have
keys to the game. A lot of them say just being healthy. Just being healthy, man.
Clayton, no. And the only thing he struggled with in this first half is his three-point shooting. Rogers got it from the corner. Colby Rogers. State transfer. Began his career at Wofford in 22-23, where he averaged 15 a game. Is more of a scorer. Good take. Baseline by Colby Rogers. Little off bounce on the shot. Clayton. Nope. One and done for the Bobcats, who've been outscored 10-2 in the second half.
Just a rough night for Clayton, man. Just a rough night.
Rogers with the pull-up. He now
down low in the short left corner. A little head fake down the left baseline. Underneath the rim. Kicks it out. Three from the right corner. No good. Rebounds. Though skying in as Carter comes up with it. Gives it to Rogers. Rogers step back jumper from the right wing just inside the three. The free throw attempts are 10 of 14. Cross-court pass. Wide open three. Sure. Left corner. It's going to be short. Rebound taken away by Haggerty. And he's going to go on the run here. On the right wing. UNLV good closeout on the defense as Rogers gets to the top of the key. Will transition over to the left front court as Whaley was able to deny him on the dribble drive penetration. 19 to go. Now Rogers gets by Whaley. Rogers off the backboard and in. But from the left, you know, these exhibition games are against D2, D3 schools, but a little bit of a changing of pace here.
Yeah, a great thing by Penny to get his team prepared before you get the season. And right now, you see the Rebels come out of that timeout that Coach Kevin Kruger called. Show a 1-3-1 right now just to throw Memphis off on this last possession.
You got 7 second difference between shot clock and game clock. Bounce pass three. Left corner is good. Colby Rogers. He's starting to heat up, CT.
Boy, oh boy, Bear is a big boy on the inside. Again, once he catches, gets positioned, he got a great soft touch, that time finishing.
What was the quote you had against Alabama State?
It was pretty unbearable on Monday. Earlier, Jalen Bedford got to miss a couple shots early in the first half, then was able to get a bucket going to the paint. This time able to finish at the paint through contact, and now see the ball go in. Look a little bit bigger, able to knock down a three for the Rebels.
Big response for UNLV after the Memphis three-pointer. The Tigers attacking. Rogers at the free throw line, kicks it out to Hunter. Hunter head fake, thought about a three on the left wing, thought better of it, now gives it up Three, or long two from the left. Intensity picking up. Bedford to the right block. Scoop layup. No good. Rebound taken away by Jourdain. Under 8 to go. 61-56. Jourdain over to the right corner. Three is good for Memphis.
12 as we go under 10 to play in the first half.
Right, and Coach Gase is switching back to that zone, playing like a kind of a high 3-2, packing in the paint. Want to make Memphis shoot a lot of threes and see if Memphis can get, something patient here.
Quiet start for that guy, Tyrese Hunter, who has played 106 career games, has started every single one of them. And there's Colby. We talked about Memphis's depth not there this year. Shorter rotation. That one goes in and out. Rogers gets the rebound. The up and under. Nice move by Colby Rogers. He has 4. Just 6 of 19 from the field. 1 of 7 from 3. Mizzou now has that shooting percentage up to 52.9 because they're getting the high percentage shots.
Yeah, they are, and they're having some success in this zone right here, soft 3-2 zone, right, covering the top of the key, making Memphis shoot those long threes.
There's one, and it goes.
Can shoot it though.
Yep.
He can shoot it. Say, hey, this is what we're going to do on the next possession.
3 from the wing for Rogers, and he